Hi, I'm Ho Chie with TaiwaneseAmerican.org. Today I'm with my friend actor Kelvin Yu, who's on the new Netflix hit show Master of None. It's a show starring Aziz Ansari, and Kelvin Yu plays his good friend Brian Cheng, Taiwanese American. And
Yes.
in real life, Kelvin Yu, Taiwanese American. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, Ho Chie.
I'm so happy you could make time for us today. We're here
yeah.
at your studio for the other role that you do, Bob's
Yes.
Burgers. You're a writer and producer.
That's
for
right.
The show, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it should be said out loud that you and I have known each other since I was 11 years old.
Forever.
Yeah.
With us when we were at Taiwanese American summer camps.
Taiwanese
growing up,
American
right?
Foundation
Yeah.
at Calvin College in Grand Rapids.
Exactly.
Michigan. Yeah.
Such good times. And it's so amazing to see how far you've come with your acting career, with your writing career.
Thank you, and you as well.
Thank you so much. Well, really, I'm here to talk about Master of None. It's a great show. It's set in New York. It feels like real life with a diverse set of characters.
Sure.
You've been playing this role of Brian Cheng, a Taiwanese American.
Yeah.
Tell us how you got this role.
Well, Aziz, I know primarily as a fan of his, and just in passing here at Bob's, he plays the role of a 12-year-old named Daryl that goes to high school, that goes to junior high with some of our kids here, Tina Belcher and Jean Belcher and Louise Belcher, and so we knew each other. I don't think he was aware that I was an actor. So when he saw my tape come in, I think they had been hunting for this role for quite a while. Alan Yang, his co-creator and one of his best friends, is Taiwanese American. We joke that he's basically me, but way more baller. Like he was like running parks and recreations, and he went to Harvard. He's just everything, like just the next generation. Like I'm the iPod. He's like the iPhone 7. So like everything's, I guess it's a lot better. But and his sister went to Harvard, and she's also a lawyer, like my brother.
Sounds like an accomplished Taiwanese.
Oh yeah, they're
family.
doing it right.
It's
Yeah, I'm sure their parents are still mildly disappointed in something, but and so they had been hunting down somebody to essentially represent Alan. I mean, not to a T, but as Aziz's friend in New York, and Alan and I joke because we were like, how many Taiwanese American comedy writers are there? And we literally don't think there are any others. I think it's just the two of us.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, so I was like, what took you so long? But they found me like a week before production started, or 2 weeks before. So it was really rough and tumble. We just, like, it happened. I flew out to New York. I met them. And next thing I know, I was on set. It really felt like a blink. And that's good. I mean, you don't want too much time to think about that kind of stuff. And the people here at Bob's Burgers were generous enough to give me some leash to go do that. And it was really fantastic to be part of it.
Yeah, it's a great show. It really took me by surprise. I remember episode 2 entitled Parents, where really you just jump right into the immigrant family. Dev's family as Indian immigrants, and your family representing the Taiwanese American experience. And you guys really just kind of jump into all the interesting awkwardness that really comes from being part of this generation. Tell me your thoughts about just having that sort of scene show up on mainstream TV.
I'll say that on the front end of it, we didn't, I mean, maybe Alan and Aziz did, but I didn't like quite register that there was anything momentous about what we were doing, and I don't want to be hyperbolic about it now, but the reception of it was so overwhelming, and it was very touching because it felt like more than just funny, which I think it is, and well written and well directed and well acted. I think it represented a shift for TV in general, for people to go, oh, there's room for this. Not everything needs to be this, but there's room for this, and and it has a little bit of I call it medicine. But it tastes great, but meaning it's funny and it's entertaining, but there's a little bit of education in it for people that may not have known that about Aziz's parents or your parents or my parents. And at the end of the day, I'm really, 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 really grateful to be a part of that. Yeah. And one thing I like about it is that I think that the immigrant experience tends to be feast or famine in entertainment. Like it tends to be either all about the immigrant experience, or you'll see a TV show where they have multi-ethnic people but they never comment on it because they want to like, and real life, of course, people's ethnicities are germane to their daily life.
Yeah.
Like if you're dating somebody of another ethnicity, it's always coming up. I'm sure, not in like a headline kind of way, like you're like, well, you're black and I'm Latino, let's talk about that. Right. But I'm sure it comes up all the time. And so I think the show finds a nice balance of where race plays in.
That's what really impresses me. I think it addresses racial issues, but doesn't really address it directly. It's just life. And that's how we know it. And I think that's really cool, one of the cool things about the show.
Sure. So. And it doesn't shy away from the awkwardness. Or the big thing that I loved about the Clem Chung, who played my father, the episode, I just thought he captured so well what it's like to try to speak to somebody from another totally different generation, almost another universe. And he managed to find so much comedy in it, and also be a loving father and not like this cold stereotype. And I thought he managed to find 6 or 7 different angles on that character. So. Yeah, great role. I mean, the show has been doing great. I think New York Times described it as one of the best comedy, one of the best comedies for the season. And it's great for you to be part of this. It's almost like you've been doing great work up to this point, but now this is like a breakout role in some way. Thanks. New York Times, is that a website? I've never heard of it.
It's a little tiny little thing.
Yeah, it's some guy.
In the corner.
Jeff, New York Times, right? It's really, really a blessing, and to do it that way, Aziz and Alan are such incredibly intelligent, talented guys, and then on top of that, they're really generous creatively, which you don't always find. So they want ideas. They wanted to populate their world with writers and directors and people from all different places and angles on reality and dating. And so Lena Waithe, who plays Denise, is coming in. She's African American. She's gay. She's got an angle on life. Eric Wareheim is part of Tim and Eric, the comedy, sort of trailblazers, and he's got an angle on things. And hopefully, I had something to offer. And so it's been really cool to do it through such a collective effort, rather than just show my boobies or something, which is how I always thought it would happen.
Your mom heard that, by the way.
Yeah. She checks TaiwaneseAmerican.org.
She's I'm sure she's a big fan of all the work you're doing now. She's also a fan of ours, yeah.
She absolutely is. Oh yeah, my parents are really involved in the community. She is. I mean, again, my father had not seen it until Thanksgiving. And I'm sure Alan and Aziz will understand this, but he turns to me in the middle of watching it during Thanksgiving dinner, and he goes, the script could use some work. And then at the end, I was like, did you enjoy it? And he literally, it's like it was straight out of an episode of Master of None. He nodded twice, and he was like, I did. And I was like, that's the most gushing praise I've ever heard. It was the equivalent.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And
it's so good to see you. Yeah, really good to see you.
Kelvin Yu, actor, Master of None, writer and producer, Bob's Burgers. TaiwaneseAmerican.org. We'll see you next time.